He said I could talk about anything.
I did.
I'd like to talk about how I haven't had enough monsters today, and that's why I've only tied one fly.
Well, that's the way it goes.
That is the way it goes.
Gotta drink one more.
But if you don't like and subscribe to this channel, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to get you in a rear naked choke and just go ka-ka! All right? Think about that. All right? It's serious.
This is pissed off because I would kiss
Mayfly and double renegade.
Hi, my name is Dave Blair. Dustin Cederholm and I own a company called Legacy Fly Rods. We build custom fly rods, focusing mainly on building out custom bamboo rods. We're located in Orem, Utah. We also build fiberglass fly rods off of proprietary, company-specific tapers and carbon fly rods. Have a shop in Orem, Utah, like I said, build fly rods there. This is an example of a fiberglass fly rod built on a Blue Halo blank, local company. Courtney's out of Orem as well, actually, and very, very custom. We've got this particular reel seat happens to be an acrylic reel seat with some pine cones that were picked out of a fellow's front yard. And so very, very organically Utah, right? And custom built colors and things like that. Hand stacked, hand selected, customer built fly rod grip. Here's some other ones. This one's just a different style right here. Skateboard deck, kind of a shout out to my buddy Jory Ward, who kind of showed me how to do it, and we figured it out and did little different things. This one particularly actually has a state of Utah quarter as the slide band, so kind of something interesting. Sometimes guys will take quarters of their birth year, the state they like to fish in, but as you can see, it's very, very, very custom. This one's a 2 trim wrap colored rod blank. This is not a Blue Halo blank. It's another company that rolls blanks for us, but it's proprietary to the individual that they want to fish. This one actually is our custom blank taper. So again, another fiberglass rod, built out. With fiberglass, it's really kind of fun. You can pimp it out and build it however you want. You can get pretty loud and wild. Bamboo is traditionally a lot more muted, a lot more traditional, and I encourage people, if they're going to build a bamboo fly rod. So this is a 4-weight taper that I enjoy fishing. I call it my favorite. So that's just what I end up calling my taper, the favorite, and built with a very thin cigar grip. And just as all things should possibly be, this is actually a 1938 Pfluger Medalist reel that I fish on there. So a heavy old reel, and it just happens to seam right on there. Collect them, fish them, balances the rod better. A lot of people will say it's a piece of art and I'm too nervous to fish with it, but you know what? This is a sniper rifle if you know how to cast, that's for sure. They're extremely accurate, they're beautiful, but probably most importantly, they become an heirloom piece for the individual who's built it. And if 2 guys build it together, when someone's not around anymore, it gets handed down, and it can be an heirloom piece that's fished for maybe 100 years, 2 or 3 generations later. Hence the name for legacy of the company as Legacy Fly Rods, and that's what we really enjoy doing. Most people who fish got into it because they had someone mentor them, and I think that that's a really, really important part of fishing. And when people fish together and even maybe build a rod together and then go fish it together, that thing has some intrinsic value. People really enjoy it, and I saw a need for it and a desire to do it in the market because I love fishing and I love the people that are important to me, and so we started a business, and that's how we do it. Legacy Fly Rods out of Orem, Utah.
Mouth, basically. When I'm on my kick boat, I just bring the fish up between my legs on my kick boat. The only time I ever net a fish anymore is if the line is wrapped around its gills or it's ingested the fly down its throat. If it's hooked in the mouth, I take my super duper catch and release tool and hook the line and slide the line down until you have both hooks into the bend of both hooks. Once you do that, you take the line in your left hand, if you're right-handed, and reverse it, and the weight of the fish pulls the fish off the fly. If it's got a barb on it, you might have to do that, but you almost never ever have to touch the fish. It keeps the fish safer. You don't have any slime on your hands, and the fish doesn't lose its slime. It also keeps your hands cleaner, and when it's cold in the winter, keeps your hands a lot warmer. So.
Okay, so the deal with the Exact bobbin from RaidZap is that it's the only one on the market where you can not only adjust the length of the tube to suit the size of your hand and the size of the fly that you're tying, but you can also swap it out. This is the bigger one, the Predator head and the Predator tube. The Trout head and the Trout tube are much smaller. So if you're getting ready to go and hit the flats or your secret lake, you can put on the Trout head, and now you've got a smaller tool for a smaller hook. The steel and carbide tubes were chosen for a very specific reason, and the carbide gives it strength, and the steel is actually the best material that we found that wicks or draws the heat out of the thread and dissipates it in the tube. So when you're tying smaller flies, chironomids is a prime example where you're using a very thin, flat thread. Those individual fibers are going to be very susceptible to heat. So one thing about synthetic products is that they don't deal well with high temperatures. So by using a steel and carbide tube, you're going to be prone to a lot less breakage and a lot less fraying of the threads. We had to include a threader in the package because there isn't one long enough on the market that will do the job. That's the Exact bobbin.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Wasatch Fly Tying Show. My name is Grant Bench. I'm here with Jim's Fly Co., House of Hackle. We're out of Idaho Falls, Idaho and West Yellowstone, Montana. Today I'm going to show you a really quick, simple, easy little trick to fold a feather. This will help you to create soft hackle flies, wet flies, a little more effectively and hopefully a little less frustrating for you. So what I've got picked out is a Metz hen cape. This is a furnace style hen cape, furnace variety, excuse me. What I'm going to do is just take a feather here from the top of the pelt. I'm going to pick one that has really good markings. I'll pull it out of the pelt just like this, okay? And then come around here, I'm going to show you something real cool. Here's how you do it. You take the feather right here, I grab it by the tip with my dominant hand, and then I'll fold this feather here right in between my fingers. So I'll fold that feather. I'll go along the spine just like this, using my thumb and my middle finger as the pad. And then I'm just folding this feather as I go down along the spine of the feather right there. So here is where I would tie in the point. I would just cut that off right there and then tie it in. And as you can see, the feather's been folded. With each wrap of hackle, I get twice the amount of barbs. The great fly tyer Wayne Llewellyn showed me this little trick. Hopefully it does well for you as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm David Rogers with Headwaters Bamboo. We manufacture bamboo fly rods, and we tend to think that our rods are a little bit more affordable. So if you think bamboo, often you're thinking bamboo rods that are in the $3,000, $4,000 range. Our bamboo fly rods are in the $400 to $600 range. So I partnered with a couple shops out of China to build our product. They're small shops, they're family businesses that I work with. I've worked with them for 21 years, and they've developed a beautiful product for us. And so we've got, kind of your entry-level bamboo fly rod, and that's what we're all about.
Okay, so 2N Hardware makes a magnetic insert system for various fly boxes, like the Wheatley aluminums. The thought behind them is that you can arrange the magnets in any position for any style or size of fly that you want. This eliminates the tearing up of foam from cross fly boxes, and it eliminates the clips of tearing up flies, and then the magnets allow the fly to stand up off of there and dry off much quicker. They're sized for Wheatley boxes. They can be put into CNF custom boxes, and then some of the new face stuff.
All right,
First, you got to have a rod holder, right? You're rowing a kayak, rowing a pontoon boat, taking a selfie, no more sticking the rod in your mouth. You can angle this up or down, wherever you want it. Here's where it gets crazy. We're going to take the reel off. Cast without the reel on your rod. Lighter and easier to cast, guarantee you'll cast farther, and whenever you want, click it back on. See here? It's locked on my chest, and just that quick, it's back on my rod. You don't need any new equipment. You got adapter for your rod, adapter for your reel. How can we guarantee you'll cast farther? This is actually banned in competition. You cannot take the reel off in a distance casting competition. It's an unfair advantage. So not only are you going to cast farther, you're going to tangle less. Remember, as we're casting, it's always this line from our reel. We're flinging all over the place, getting tangled on stuff, right? Check it out when it's on my chest. That line doesn't move. That line's going to sit perfectly in the bottom of your kayak, on the stripper nape of your float tube, avoid all those tangles. Now, when you get a big fish on, last thing you want to see is that line whip up, wraps around your reel, wraps around the butt of your rod, right? So now when you get a big fish, don't rush to put your reel back on. Let that fish come tight right here on your chest. Now there's nothing to tangle off. I can slide that on, and if I miss, it's okay. I've got that fish under control. Slide that on, fight my fish like normal, or you got the best fighting harness you could ask for. Fought Mako sharks right here on my chest. Now you land your fish. I'm not dropping my rod in the rocks and the bushes. I got both hands free to unhook that fish. Really nice. We're gonna angle it down. Saltwater guys love this. You're gonna cast out, getting better distance, sticking on here, two-hand strip. Always the best way to set the hook on a fish is strip set. So we're gonna go fast for pike or bass or slow for trout. I'll go slow, and whenever I strip with two hands, that line lays down in a perfect figure eight on the stripping apron of my float tube in the bottom of my kayak. So when I go to cast again, I don't get that ball of line going up in my guides. And it's gonna make me strip set. So if that fish hits and I miss it, I've only pulled the fly that far away, he can come back and hit it again. For those Euro nymphers, we have former members of the national fly fishing teams that love it for the Euro nymphing. No more weight. I hold it Tenkara style with my finger on top. When we're doing this motion thousands of times a day, we don't have the weight of that reel weighing down our arm, weighing down our shoulder. It's actually going to be more sensitive for you. You're going to feel that fish hit and make a quicker hook set. And then when you're fishing in the winter time, I can pick ice out of my guides, no problem. I would have broken that rod if I tried to do this. I can let it float out there and change fly lines. So it's got a lot of great functions. Best thing about it is we donate these to Project Healing Waters, so disabled vets can fly fish with one arm. So buying the Rex Fly helps support all those disabled vets. It's got a lifetime warranty. We are a Utah company, and we try and make most of the manufacturers here in Utah. Only the metal parts are overseas. Got a lifetime warranty. Check us out.
All right, that's going to do it for our day out here at the Wasatch Fly Tying and Fly Fishing Expo. It's cool meeting some of you out at the table and talking to the vendors and stuff. So hopefully I can be back next year and be here both days and tie for both days. Anyways, thanks for watching.
I found the HMA. The guy who built the belt hunter was down there. So Alan, I think I need an HMA.
Right up to the lead.
How many do I gotta sell for you to get what I need? And this is just for the tails.
Right. You're gonna wrap back over it.
PA